What's up, everybody? It's the Everythingist here, aka your boy Zephyros, aka there are some who call me Tim. I'm gonna do a little shipments walkthrough video here. I want to be real clear, this is not a uh, teaching introductory, here's how you do shipments. This is what I do. So think of it more as a worked out example. Here's an illustration of one way to do the thing. And it's just what works for me that I've evolved over way too many hours of playing this game. So here's the system. I do not have Ice 2 yet. I'm sure that's going to ruin everything when I get that last planet, but for now, here we are. Shipments are going to drop in a couple of minutes, and the first thing I've done is to move my ships into place to empty as many planets as possible and get them onto my sorting hubs. So for these smaller planets that I can drain completely, I'm just going to come do that. And for the larger planets that I can't just dump all on one transport, I'm actually going to start a little bit of sorting now. So I'm going to grab everything except for these shipments that are going to my home system, with my original desert and fire planets. And in most cases, unless my shipments have a particularly weird distribution, I can just about... Oh, no. Oh, everything's ruined. Well, I shouldn't have said it. So we see I ran out of space here. I'm going to do a little bit of adjusting. That was definitely not planned. We'll leave Falco there and grab the other stuff later. Let's see what spawns in a couple minutes. I'm already disgruntled. So Adlinda is my original fire planet. And Rayon is my original desert planet. So those are the ones that I'm leaving behind. Someday when I have more credit cap and I can carry 33 on my big transports, this will be a little bit easier. But for now, this is what we're stuck with. I'm looking at what I got here. I only have one slot left. I'm actually going to leave behind the Falco, the Falcarian shipments on this one as well. I know this planet's going to spawn 3 or 4 shipments. It's likely at least one of them will go to Adlinda or Rayon, Fire 1 or Desert 1, so I think 3 slots will be enough to finish grabbing those. You might also notice I left behind the ones that are going to Hugar. That's my gas giant. That's my main sorting hub. And if I pick those up now, then they're just going to get delivered when I go to the hub, and I won't get any shipment computer bonus, no burst boost, no drone, no nothing. So I'm going to grab those later when I have burst and boost going and at least get a little bit of return for them. All right, how's the clock looking? You got 2 minutes to kill. I'm going to be wild and crazy and use time modulator so you don't have to sit down and watch for 2 minutes, listen to me tell dad jokes. This video is unscripted, unedited, on anything. It's just the real deal. This is, it's just a think aloud walkthrough of me doing what I do while I do it. I don't want to overshoot here. So these 3 gas giants, Kidoli and Hugar and Helga, those are my 3 sorting hubs. And something that I do that's a little bit different from other people. Pop, there we go. All right, so gonna grab you. Now, optimizing. I don't want to get too much stuff on Hugar right away. It'll fill up. But I noticed that Kitty has no shipments from that planet to it. And this is how I determine where I do my initial round of depositing, is I want to deposit as few things as possible without any kind of bonus applied to them to try to maximize my income. So, like here, I'm leaving Hugar behind for my sorting, or as my sorting hub. So send here, and this way I don't drop off anything that doesn't have a bonus applied. Let's see what spawned here. Cloney, good. Hey, so I actually got a pretty good bit of luck there, and most of my new shipments there spawned on my my home sector. So is there anything else that I can leave behind that I would prefer to grab later? No, we're in good shape. Okay, great. So we're going to come here, deposit, grab from my trade station. Now, trade station shipments are worth a ton, as you know, so I want to make sure to only deliver those with the maximal bonus. I'll take a moment and see what else opens up before I send that anywhere. All right, up north here. Okay, again, nothing going to Kitty, so we're going to send you there. Get all the bonuses on all those shipments later. Clonia is my original water planet, so that's also the one with the moon. I'll grab those real quick. So you're definitely going to Helga. I don't want Kitty to get overloaded. Come here, grab you. Now on Cloney, that's 36 shipments in total. I can't hold that many at once, so I'm going to leave the cheap ones behind. I do want to make sure to grab all the off lanes, because obviously drone can't do those for me. And we're going to call that good. So you're going to go ahead and go to Hugar, though. Kitty's already pretty full, and I don't want to deliver 4 to Helga over here without any bonus. All right, so everyone is coming in from the field. It is time to start sorting. So I'm going to deposit you. I need to grab from Frithia, that's my water 2, and then Acrobol, fire 2 down here. So I just emptied my first one, send it along the way. Now I have these trade stations over next to my 2 of my giant sorting planets, and I send shipments to some of my planets over to those trade stations and use those for additional sorting. That extra capacity is really what makes this method work. So I'm going to send you over here, store that, and then grab my trade station stuff on the way back. Same thing, come over here, up top, I'm going to store to Falco and Elsie. That opens up a little more space on the planet. I sent my... okay. So I need to find a little bit room. Everything going to Alcyone goes on the planet. Everything going to Falco. There's nothing to Falco here. Repeat the same thing. So one of the tricks that I do is all of my transports have slightly different loadouts. That helps me to keep track of them without having to click into them, because I can see by the mods that they have equipped where they're carrying stuff to. This transport, for example, only has teleport. It doesn't have any other mods on it, and I know that that's going to carry off-lane shipments. So I hit my destination button here to sort to my off-lane stuff, and I just loaded it up with 30 off-lane planets. Helga is my off-lane hub, so I've already just been able to send 30 boys over there, and you can see that opened up a bunch of room for me to dump stuff onto Kitty here. All right, do I have anything else going to Elsie? I sure do. We're going to grab those and then move that over to this trade station. All right, I'll come back to that in a moment. We're going to drop you off, grab everything off of the trade station. Good, I don't see anything going to Hugar here, so I can just take that right next door and drop it off without losing any bonus on those really valuable trade station shipments. I'm going to grab off of Frithie. Only one going to Kefsi. I want to say Kelpie because, you know, it's the mythological creature, but it doesn't have an L in it. Just like Aberius doesn't have an L. Hi, Carson. Hopefully you're watching this. All right, so this trade station holds stuff to Falco and to Elsie, so I'm going to grab everything else. And my 3 sorting planets, Helga and Huggy and Kitty, I take all of the on lanes going to those and I send them to Kefsi. So I see this guy has 4 shipments going to those planets. Since those are trade station shipments, again, that's worth quite a lot. So I'm just going to go send those to their destination now. That's probably a little bit inefficient in terms of hydrogen, but you know what? That's fine. All right, so what all do I have left here? The shipments that are going to live on Kitty for on-lane delivery are going to Clonia and Cosmea and Kefsi. So I'm going to grab all my sorting hub stuff, and then the stuff going to Frithia, which is my Water 2 planet. The Frithia collector is this eastern trade station here. All right, so drop you off. That's my relic drone, so I know what that one is doing. Again, I recognize it by the mods that I have installed. This is my original Terran planet. These shipments aren't worth too much, so I don't fuss if I'm going to lose a couple without bonus, so I'll just send you to Hogar for sorting. All right, what all is going on here? I'm just going to grab stuff. It all has to go somewhere eventually. I am trying to make sure to grab from the things that are getting sorted onto my trade stations, because the sooner I can get those off lane, the more space it frees up for doing stuff later. All right, and then Helga, Kitty, just making sure to get those on this planet since this is where they are sorted to. I think I got everyone. Zoom out. Yep, okay, we're good. And now I will just load you back up with a couple more. Don't really care what at this point, and we're going home. All right, how are we doing? So this is the teleport-only ship that I sent over there with my off-lane stuff. What I'm going to do now from here is to grab everything that is going onto trade stations and onto Kefsi. So again, that's my sorting hub destination stuff, if that makes sense. Drop the rest of this off-lane stuff here on Helga, and we are good to go. Gonna keep the train rolling. All right, I just teleport that up to save a moment. It's one less thing to deal with. All right, what do I want to do next here? This is where it gets a little bit into the weeds of who's going where do I have space, what. All right, so I have 13 spaces here. This leaves me enough room to start doing some stuff. I made a bunch of room up top on Kiddly by taking stuff out of there. So I am going to deposit all of my shipments that are going to other destinations and start grabbing shipments that are going to end up on there for drone delivery. So that frees up a few slots there. You're over here on the station, just gonna dump everything. And then your friend is about to meet you over here. Come on, bud, 5 seconds. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, this is a teleport only ship. So again, that is going to grab off lane stuff. So hit my destination button, sort with off lanes at the top. You can see I'm using the underscore to take advantage of alphabetical sorting. And then he's going to grab more off lanes from Hugar, and that'll open up more space there to do things. All right, I got my giants deposited here. Oh, so this is super nice, actually. I was just able to open up this transport entirely and get stuff where it's supposed to be going. That's nice, at least. You can see this guy now only has shipments to sorting hub planets, so we're going to deposit that on Kefsi. All right, you're teleport only, you're grabbing off-lane stuff, and since I don't really know how many things I have going to each place, and I don't want to have to load and then unload and reload, I am tapping through manually instead of just hitting the send all button because I don't want to overshoot. Okay, so grab stuff, grab stuff, grab stuff. Great, now I have a whole bunch of room on Hugar and I can start dumping stuff from these transports onto it, and that gives me space to grab things. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, so you're going there. You're happy. Now I start getting everything else that isn't a sorting hub. Great. Where are you at shipments wise? Okay, so I do have some space up there. That means that I am going to just start going into the painful long process of getting things where they need to go. The whole purpose of sorting, if people aren't familiar with this, is that when you use shipping drone to deliver stuff, you get more bonus for delivering more stuff at once to each destination. So you really want to make sure that that shipping drone is full at all times. And the easiest way to do that is to get all of your shipments to a single destination on a single planet. This also just speeds things up time-wise. Obviously, your drone can deliver stuff a lot faster if it's delivering full loads instead of partial loads. All right, I just grabbed a whole bunch of shipments that are going to my sorting hub planets here. Now I'm just going to scroll through everybody, see if there are any leftovers. No? Good? Great. So that means that I can deliver these to where they're going, and I know that I'm happy. All right, I don't really have any space there to deposit stuff, so I'm going to send an empty collector over there to grab things. Again, by taking those shipments away, I definitely just hit the wrong thing. Good job, me. I meant to empty this guy. Now I'm going to have to do a little jiggering here. You're full of 30 shipments. I'm going to send you up top. This just arrived. We're going to deposit you. And the reason I use this particular planet for sorting my hub planets, first it's close, so that's nice. But I've also just noticed, on average, in terms of the number of shipments that are generated, I just about fill this one up, but I usually don't have a lot of overflow there either. My system seems to generate right around 50 to 55 shipments destined to these 3 hub planets, and KFC can hold 54, so it's a match made in heaven. All right, I'm just grabbing everything off of here that's an on lane, and I'm leaving behind all of the off lanes. That looks good. Get you back to sorting. Now that means I can dump everything here, send you back over to my main hub, and grab all my off lane stuff. There's room here to deposit things. Again, Cloney, Kazi, and Kefsi are going to live here for delivery. Everything else goes. So, get you guys on the planet. Will I have enough room? No, I won't have enough room. We're going to send somebody else here later. That is fine. Back to the hub you go. Oh, hey, look, you're ready to pick up more off lanes. So part of making this run efficiently time-wise is just kind of getting an intuitive feel for that rhythm of how long it takes ships to move from one destination to another, you know, how long you can spend in menus grabbing stuff while you're doing other things. All right, at this point, I just need to kind of see who needs to go where, what needs to happen. I'm going to load you up with everything that's going to live on shipment stations, trade stations rather. So that's Falco, Alcy, and Frithie. And I chose those because I know I haven't sorted that for a while, so I should make lots of space by grabbing lots of those. And I know this is not for everyone, but if you're that kind of person who likes to organize things and get satisfaction from putting stuff in order and where it should be, then, you know, there's fun to be had. All right, I remember you had some off lanes. Yep. Oh, you're out of room. Okay, fine. So, tell you what, you're going to go to the trade station to make room. You are going to grab stuff that's going back up top. Grab. You should be all off lanes. Yep, you're all off lanes. And you have a little bit of everything. All right, I'm just going to check real quick. Do you have anything going to Cloney Kelsey? Nope. So that means I can send you up, and then I'll grab those last few other on-lane planets from Kiddly in a moment. Oh, snap. So I apparently missed a couple shipments here to my my sorting hub planets. So for the sake of maximizing income, I'm going to grab those real quick and take them down to KFC so that they can get delivered with their buddies, so that the shipment drone can be full, so that the shipment drone can get maximal bonus edge. And then I will come grab the rest of the stuff with that ship soon. We're actually almost done sorting. I have no idea how long this has been. I'm usually not narrating the whole time, and it does just make the flow of time feel different. So, all right, that planet Kiddly now has a full set of shipments going to only a couple planets, and you can see that it's like, 15, 25 shipments to each destination. So those will be full drone loads. They will get maximum possible delivery bonus. All right, what else is going on here? Somebody is missing, and that somebody is my teleport only ship. There you are. So we're going to stuff a few more off lanes on you. and then get you back to where you belong, which is over there. Also, just in terms of having spent time, in the system and learning how the numbers tend to shake out, I've found that all of my off lanes, on average, sometimes luck doesn't cooperate, all of my off lanes will fit onto Helga plus 2 transports, usually with a couple sprinkled left over, but I can always pick those up later because I don't care if the drone, or rather the drone can't get them, so I don't care if they're on an on-lane planet while I'm getting my stuff worked out. All right, so this is looking pretty nice. Ran. Those guys are my sea planets. Those are going back up top. Again, I have a couple off lanes left over. I'll grab those later. And then you are delivering 2 trade stations. Is anyone going to Falco left behind here? Nope, Falco's empty. Great. Some people just name their planets like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. That certainly makes things easier. I don't know. I guess I play enough that I've kind of learned all my planets by heart and who goes where. And it kind of happened that in terms of who gets sorted onto which planets, they seem to be more or less in alphabetical sequences. So I don't have to do a lot of skipping around to see who's going where. All right. I am now going to apply shipping computer. So what I did there was I sent those transports to a planet and I set a warp lane hub as the first waypoint. This is my trick. So he's now going to warp lane hub. I'm going to cancel everything out. And now all of these things have shipment computer applied, but they're not going to get delivered. I'm just sending you right back where you came from. Go to your room and think about what you've done. Meanwhile, you're ready to go up top and get all of my Alcyone stuff up there. And so these 50 whatever shipments now have my shipping computer bonus applied. I think that's 22% right now. All right, you are full. Everything that needs to go there is there, and we are sorted. What does the clock look like? All right, so that was about 18 minutes. That is, I'd say, pretty on average. I did have that little kerfuffle at the start with not having enough stuff going to my home sector, but this sorted itself out. And now same thing, I'm going to send you to the planet, destination warp lane, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it possible to optimize this further? Yes, absolutely. Am I doing it? Do you see it happening? Cool. Same thing, gonna go grab here, warp lane. This guy does not have a transport. That is my, that doesn't have teleport, rather. That is my Red Star Extender ship. So I have to make sure that he does not get away from me, because otherwise he will go on a merry journey delivering everything without authorization. All right, get those up on the planet so there's room. And then we come down here, warp lane, and then I will grab the remainder of what's left over. Cancel you out. Back up you go, back up you go. And then we'll repeat the process down here. Grab those boys. And this is how I apply shipping computer. Some people do apply shipping computer on pickup. That's totally fine. Just as I got more and more destinations, and since I do go through that ritual of trying to deliver as little stuff as possible until everything is sorted, it just got too hard for me to do it that way. But again, there's really nothing wrong with it if it works for you. Okay, grabbing our on lanes, just gonna clean everything up here. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Sometimes the game just drops your inputs, All right, so I have to figure out where you're going. I can't figure out where you're going. We're just gonna cancel everything. Waypoint, warp hub, hit all 5 destinations in the home sector. There we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Working this time. And we are good to go. I'm actually going to need that ship free, so we'll come back to that in a second after I cancel this, so again, we don't get any rogue delivery missions. All right, sorting is done. Shipping computer is done. Shipping computer took me 2 whole minutes to do there, so that's great. That's how it ought to be. This is my off-lane delivery ship. You can see he's got burst and boost ready to go. So I'm going to send him down there to be ready to pick up off-lane planets. Time to send shipping drone into action. So I got shipping drone out after 22 minutes. That's not ideal. It's not my best performance. I really prefer more like 16 to 18 if I'm on top of my game. But, we do what we can. So he's going to go off and have a little adventure. Goodbye, drone. We love you. So now Falco is on lane. That means I'm going to grab those with shipping computer again. Set those destinations, cancel them later. Get these guys over to Helga. Again, I'm going to waste a little bit of hydro here, sending an extra ship over, but it makes the sorting much faster, and those 2 or 3 minutes of my life is definitely worth the couple hundred hydrogen it takes to send a ship over there and back. Alright, I have to wait a moment to get those boys to their destination, because this guy's about to do some on-lane stuff, and again, there's no teleport, so I can't bail out if I mess up. We're not going to time modulator here. I'm just going to keep everyone company with the lovely sound of my voice. Alright, 7 seconds. But these guys are just about getting to where they need to go. Also, grab, go, good. Alright, so he's just taking everything to Falco now. Alright, here we go. Who's going to go where? So I'm going to grab a whole bunch of things off the planet just to make space. Why these particular ones, you'll see in a minute. Alright, so you're getting everything to Mothim, or Mothra, as I like to call it. All my planets do have pet names. You're getting everything to Trade East, and now that's made a whole bunch of room. I can just dump everything off of you. You're getting everything that's going south, and you are getting everything that's going north. Now I'll just work my way back through them. You get everything that's going south. You get everything that's going east. So I'm doing this reverse alphabetical order thing. It saves me a little bit of scrolling. You're getting everything that's going to Mothim. Okay, we got a lot going to Mothim. That's fine. And then that stuff goes back on the planet. Alright, I hate my life. Everything is difficult now. Or is it? I'm actually going to check this before I do it. 16. Okay, perfect. So this is part of the reason that I leave those shipments to Hugar, to my main hub, on my giant planets and don't grab them, aside from not having room. And that reason is that in order to trigger burst, you need a certain number of deliveries to cross that threshold and get your bonus going. And sometimes you just don't end up with enough stuff to your off-lane planets to trigger that burst. And I don't want to waste a whole planet's worth of shipments without bonus. But, I've got 13 going to Mimeo here, and then another 3 going to Hugar. So if I hit burst before going Mimeo Hugar, then that'll be 13 plus 3 gives me my 16, and that's how I'll activate my bonus with the minimum possible shipments. Cool. Alright, so you're going to Mothra, you are going to East, and I'm going to... That one you notice has shipping computer. That's on purpose. That's because I'm going to send it back to Helga to grab these shipments going to Acrobol. You should be going south, so we're going to send you to Frithia. And you're like, why are you sending these guys to these places? All will be revealed in a moment. For doing off lanes, I call this the daisy chain setup. And what I'm doing is, the sequence that I'm going to do is I will grab here, go to Mimeo, and then go to Hugar, as I said. That'll get me my burst. Then from here, I go to Thor. Thor has the shipments going to East. East has the shipments going to Frithia. Frithia has the shipments going to South. South has the shipments going to, well, nowhere yet, but, you know, they're on their way. All right, that's enough of that. So we're going to get this party started. It is time for the credits to flow. Do I have anything left over here? No. Okay, everything's going to home sector as it should. I do have rush level 1 on my 2 off-lane burst boost delivery ships. That is definitely necessary in order to get everything delivered with a single use of burst and boost. How's space there? I don't actually have a lot of space there. I hate everything. I messed up. That's not too bad. But I forgot to grab those couple of little off-lane planets that were hanging out on my main hub before I started. I blame voiceover distraction. It's really not that big of a deal. None of them were worth a lot, and there's only a few of them. That's just how it's going to be. All right, so I canceled all those waypoints. But again, I grabbed everything off of Mimeo with shipping computer, and now we're at 13 out of 16 with boost. Cancel you before you go on a journey. Let's get that stuff deposited. Deposit. My research station is just about done doing its thing, so I'll have him ready to grab some artifacts. And this is where I'm getting wild and crazy and use time modulator a little bit. Fast. Okay, that's enough of that. Do I have space to deposit? I have space to deposit. Okay, good. You're going up there. I'll go ahead and grab that one to Thor and set up the daisy chain. Here we go. Go to Helga, grab stuff for Thor, Thor to East, East to Frithie, Frithie to South, South to North, North to Elsie, Elsie back home. And again, Hugar being my main sorting hub, that goes to my home sector. The stuff that's left on Elsie is going to my home sector, mostly. Falco had some delinquent planets because my shipments were lumpy. This is where we let the thing do its thing. I'm actually just going to get you out of the way. I won't need you. I'm clogging up my interface. So there we go. Now it's just a matter of tending everything. Timeout later on. I don't really have any manual inputs left at this point except for a couple toward the end, so we can speed things up. I guess this is where you play the Benny Hill theme, right? Except I'm not going to do any editing here, so... Alright, that's all you get of that. Who knew it was going to be a singing lesson as well as a shipping lesson? You're going up north to deliver. Okay, everything from Alcapo is on there. We're going to get you back to normal alphabetical order sorting before I go crazy. And there we go. So that's just about to grab those. At this point, I'm going to turn time modulator. What did I... Oh, I forgot to grab the Falco. I hate everything. All right, none of those is worth too much. Well, so it goes. You know, I'll have to eat the 1,000 credits, or will I? No, I have so much hydrogen. We're just gonna... You know what? We're gonna swag it. We're just going to teleport over and grab those and be like, you're not going to get shipping computer. Nope, I'm not going to get shipping computer. Oh well. That was definitely 1,000 hydro. That's never coming back, but happens. I promise it's never happened before. I don't know. Yeah. Look, everybody makes mistakes. Okay, we are... doing the thing, going to deposit all those lovely things, grab everything that's going to Alchemy Bowl, which is not a whole lot, and then send you down. Then I will teleport up to here, come up, and then do my offlane deliveries to Mimeo, and then we are, or to Mothem rather, and then we are done. So I'm just going to grab a few things so that there's space. You think of, in a game about space, there would always be space, but the reality is when you're doing shipments, there's never enough space. All right, so I'm going to deposit everything there. And, you know, the real reason I went to go grab those Falco shipments is I was doing a little bit of mental math behind the scenes. My shipping drone holds 8 shipments, so I want things at or above multiples of 8s in terms of the destinations that they're going to. And I had 14 going to Falco from my original pickup run, just from what I had stored in my system. And I would much rather have 16 than 14. I saw that there were 3 left on that planet, so for the sake of filling up a whole drone and getting 2 runs at 8 instead of partial runs, I figured it was worth it. All right, you also have stuff going to Falco, so I'm not going to mess up this time. And after I just said that whole thing, it's a lot to keep track of all at once. This is not, I'm sure this isn't the easiest way to do things, but this is the fastest way that I've found so far that gives the most possible income. Did you lose an input? Oh my god, I lost an input. It's supposed to go through Hugar, and I think it just lagged out for a second and didn't grab that. How much are you worth? Not enough to care about. Well, that's annoying. Okay, so we're going to go down there, grab that stuff, deliver, and then just to help speed things along, maybe not. I was going to grab a bunch of stuff and just take a little bit closer to the main system to speed things along, to make sure that my drone finishes before the next round of shipments comes up, which is in 23 minutes. All right. That's pretty much everything. You can see a lot of stuff is getting real empty here, which is how it ought to be. Couple final notes. I do use my home sector for artifact storage, so for trading and such. That means that those planets are not generating any shipments, and that is completely fine. They make it a lot harder to do the sorting just because there's so many of them, and they're not really worth a whole lot in terms of credits. So I'm not truly maximizing income. There's even a couple other tricks that I'm not using that you can use to squeeze out a few extra 1,000 credits here and there, but the time and effort, everyone's got limits. So that's just about it. We're getting everything on the hub here. Deposit. And now I'm going to move these boys back home. Maybe even get ready for some red star action. Am I in portrait mode? Yes, I am in portrait mode. Why? Because I'm an awful human being. Well, it's more like the size of my phone is not really suited to the landscape mode UI, which that's how it is. And I have a separate Steam account that's not linked to my Google Play account here, so that's the deal with that. I suppose that's the whole thing. So again, that whole exercise wasn't really intended to be teaching, here's how to do shipments if you don't know how to do shipments. It's more like, so you do shipments. Well, I do shipments too. Here's how I do it. Not to say that my way is the most right or the most bestest or anything like that. It's just, here's how I do it. And I hope that by talking through some of the thought process of what's going on here, why am I making these decisions? How have I set things up? Hopefully you can get a couple ideas for how you might alter or optimize your own shipping routine to be able to meet your goals for the game. It's always that trade-off of, time, effort, hydrogen credits, and figuring out what that balance is that works for you. So I'm just going to let the drone run and do its thing. And after all the credits are done, I am going to disband the drone so that it doesn't go rogue and start delivering the next round of credits, because I want my plants to be full in 11 hours and 20 minutes, not almost full. And then I'll come back and do shipments again. And then 12 hours after that, I'll do it again and again and again. And I'll make the little numbers go up. And if the numbers go up, that means you're having fun. So hopefully you're having fun too. Have a great day. I will catch you next time.